Greetings and salutations. So, last time I did a video where I did, like, say, two movies at one time. This time I'm gonna do three, mostly just because I've been a bit busy. Going on a bit of a big trip. So I have a little bit less time and to do all this. And I just thought, I want to make it up to you. I want to do something special, so this is gonna be a free video, free movie review. So the free video is going to talk about Midway, 21 Bridges, and Dark Waters. The first one I'm going to talk about is Midway. Midway was directed by Roland Emmerich. It is a war film based on the attack of Pearl Harbor and the subsequent Battle of Midway during World War II. During Midway, the Battle of World War II. The cast includes Ed Scarron as Lieutenant, Richard Dick Bess, Patrick Wilson as Lieutenant Commander Edwin Layton, Luke Evans as Lieutenant Commander Wade McCluskey, Aaron Eckhart as Lieutenant Colonel Jim Doolittle, Nick Jonas as Machinist Mate Bruno Gato, Weir Austin as Chester W. Nimitz, Des Quaid as William Bull Hazley, Darren Criss as Eugene Lindsay, Jake Weber, Raymond Sprossner. There was a humongous cast, so, for this film. Kaden Johnson was, Radio James Murray. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people in this film, so, let me see. Let me not try to butcher this guy's name. Ateshi Tokawana, as Admiral Escoro Yamato. Yeah, I totally freaking butchered that. So what did I think of Midway? I gotta say the acting for this film was really dang well. And especially for a Roland Emmerich, last film I saw he did was, trying to think, that last film was, either, no wait, he didn't do the one about the, weather film, he didn't do that one, he did, Independence Day Resurgence, which, if you want, I mean, the probably video probably won't be long, so if you want if you want my full thoughts on it, go to JP Fan 5, look up Steven Discusses Independence Day Resurgence. It's more of it has a bit of more humor, so if you want, like, still a bit of special effects and humor to it, then that video might be for you. But I gotta say, Midway was probably the best acting in a Roland Emmerich film I probably have seen. He really did a really good job, especially directing. He did a really good job with choreography, the action sequences. I gotta say the dog fights. I mean by that I mean like the aerial fights. Like, they were really impressively good. I thought, okay, wow, I feel like I'm actually in the planes with these characters going down, about to bomb the other, ships and all that. Yeah. And also, I mean, at the same time, I also felt like a lot of emotion for these characters. I felt like, wow. For this film, I thought it was, like, really dang well. And, I mean, I know he's not gonna get any Oscars or anything like that. I just gotta say, he did a good job. Roland Emmerich did a good job. A lot of the actors in this film did a really good job, too. I mean, the acting was really well done. Um, from the American cast and also the Japanese cast, it was all well done. It was really, I mean, I gotta say, the acting was really top notch. Again, in my opinion, it was really good. Um, the action sequences were nice. The music was nice. Um, I mean, I'm not sure how accurate things were, but I gotta say, I enjoyed it. I really did. I gotta say, it was a fairly enjoyable film. Um, I mean, I mean, I like the fact that in the film they should like say, okay, so this is who the actors portrayed them, and here's what they actually look like. I like it when like say certain films based on a true story do that because it's interesting to see a bit of a comparison. Like say, okay, or wow, like, these actors did not look like anything like the real people, and I gotta say the actors like some of the actors really did look like the real people. It was really kind of surprising. The one character I just felt like, okay, I like this character, but at the same time, I mean, I'm not sure if he was. He probably was based on a real person, but I'm not sure if he was. Let me look at my notes, which in this case was Wikipedia. Um, Trying to think, it was. Who was it? Nick Jonas. Um, I'm not sure if Nick Jonas' character was a real person or not. But him becoming a POW, a prisoner of war, and then just basically just getting pushed off the side of a ship and then drowned from an anchor. Heck, I even think the poster look for the film was really good. Overall, I gotta say this film, Midway, was really good. If I'm gonna give it a score, I'm gonna give it, say, I'm gonna give it probably a B. If you want me to give it a number score, I'm gonna get a 7 out of 5, I'd say. Reason that would be because although I sometimes like some of the battle fights, I sometimes thought, okay, oh, this is really cool, but at the same time, okay, I'm getting tired of the same shots at times. But the idea, it doesn't, the film does not overstay its welcome. So now that we've discussed Midway, now we're going to move on to 21 Bridges, which is, the new film, the new Chadwick Boseman film. The film was directed by Brian Kirk. The film was about an NYPD detective who shuts down 21 bridges of Manhattan to find two suspected cop killers. And so the cast includes, and most of the marketing for the film, the Russo brothers, directors of, say, Captain America, The Winter Soldier, Captain America, Civil War, Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame. They were producers for this film. Heck, even Chadwick Boseman, he was a producer for this film. Chadwick Boseman portrayed Andre Davis, Sienna Miller as Frankie Burns, J.K. Simmons as Captain Matt McKinnon, Stephen James as Michael Trujillo. Stephen James, he was also in last year's film, If Beale Street Could Talk, which, if you have not seen If Beale Street Could Talk, I totally recommend checking it out. That guy was really good. He was really good in that film. Taylor Kittich, he was the main star in John Carter of Mars, or John Carter. Keith David, he also as Deputy Chief Spencer. Overall, so for this film, I mean, this film did not. what am I gonna say for this film? I mean, the film. Here's my thoughts on the film. I thought the film was okay. My mom, first mom, like, I sometimes see things with my mom because, you know, I don't really have any friends where I'm at currently. Well, not really. But, so, one thing I tell her, hey, we kept on seeing the show at most films we saw, and then I just kept on thinking, oh, okay. And then I finally said, like, what's in theaters? I just showed her, like, saying, okay, here's this, and something like that. What's it down about? If you said, okay, I like that because I like Joe Kinder. And I think the only flaw of this film is, I think this film is kind of predictable. If you watch the trailers, you can kind of predict things, but I feel if you're going to see this movie, ignore the trailers, just go in it blind. Do not watch the trailers, and you'll have a great time with it. And my only ever issue of it, though, is, it is rated R, but, it's, okay, I just kept on getting tired of, like, saying, okay, just, like, say, F-bombs, 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 okay. You got your R rating from, like, say, the violence, but, yeah, I mean, I swear at times, but, jeez, darn, I didn't know that people swear this freaking much. One thing, like, say, I wish that had been done more in this film was, say, the character of, Chadwick Boseman's character of Andre. I wish his whole thing of, like, his dad being killed because he was a cop, like, you know, I wish that could have been fleshed out so he could, like, see, okay, how did this affect him? Like, from his beginnings as a detective, like, you know, his first time, you know, like, you know, having to shoot a bad guy and all that, you know. How did all this affect him, you know? And that would have been cool if they had actually done more of, like, that. And I felt like, maybe I'm crazy for thinking this, but I feel like, you know, but then again, maybe that was just a small plot that, like, you know, his whole dad. Like, in the church, it goes, like, say, like, your dad was, like, whenever you, like, got you because every time you see a cop, you think of your dad. And I think, you know, that kind of, like, I can think, okay, so that's what the film's going for. And, although the action was pretty good, and sometimes I just felt like, okay, this action's pretty good. But at the same time, I just thought, okay. I just thought, okay, this is it's getting kind of dull, in my opinion. And I just wish it hadn't gone too. I mean, what I'm trying to say is I enjoyed it, but at the same time, thought it was pretty good. The acting was pretty good, nice. Especially from, Stephen James. Oh, and, also forgot that I think I'd say Keith David is in it. And it was always nice when he was in the scene. Trying to think of what else I can say about this film. Yeah, the spoilers, the cops in the film are crooked. So, I'd say that it's kind of predictable. The only reason I think that, though, is because of, like, unless you give the excuse of, they said, like, say, oh, there was a burglary alarm, so that's why the police were called, or that's why they're there. But then you'd think, like, say, well, huh? Like, why else are they there? And then you start to think, okay, maybe they're there to do the drugs, all that. And I'm kind of glad I saw it, but at the same time, I just felt like this film could have been better too. But at the same time, I thought it was alright. It wasn't that terrible. Overall, I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed 21 Bridges. Was alright. Wasn't terrible. Wasn't awful. If I'm gonna give any grade, I'll give it a, like, say a 6, or probably 6 or 7. I'll give it a 6. And so the next film, this is gonna be review. Sorry, I was gonna. So the third one is Dark Waters, and this one I kept on seeing the trailers for this, like, and I thought, okay, it's pretty good, and yeah, this film was a legal thriller, directed by Todd Haynes, and written by Mario Carrero and Michael Caranan, and based on the 2016 article "The Lawyer Who Became DuPont's Worst Nightmare" by Nathaniel Rice. It was published in the New York Times Magazine. So the main character, Robert Billiot, also wrote a memoir for the film. Exposure detailing his 20-year legal battle against DuPont. So the film was produced by Mark Ruffalo. The cast includes Mark Ruffalo as Robert Billiot, Anne Hathaway as Sarah Billiot, Tim Robbins as Tom Turp, Bill Camp as Wilbur Tennant, Victor Garber as Phil Donnelly, Mary Winningham as Darley Kigger, Bill Pullman as Harry Ditzler, William Jackson Harper as James Ross, and Louisa Cruz as Carla. So what did I think of the Dark Waters? I gotta say I enjoyed the film. I really did. Here, one of the issues I had to say with although this film is pretty long. This film's 2 hours and I think it was 2 hours and 5 minutes. I guess my only issue with it, though, is I wish, like, say, we could be given more details of what Robert had been doing during the time period. Like, say, okay, because it goes into details, like saying, okay, he starts on the case, or, like, say, Wilbur Tennant, he comes to him and says, okay, I need help. He goes on the case. He gets some details on the case. He tries to, like, say, hey, what is this stuff? Can you help me out? And then people just, like, start turning on him. They like, you are a bad man because you're against DuPont. Oh, and if y'all haven't also noticed, Marshall shirt. So, because, Finding Her. Go Herd. But getting back on to the point, so the film goes, like, say, him, for the film, like, trying to, like, go for the case of, like, say, how, like, how, like, I'm trying to get my words out, how crooked DuPont was, how, in a way, they got people sick, like, also trying to figure out, like, how cover-ups, and trying to bring all this stuff to light. And I gotta say, the acting for this film was really good. It really was. Heck, even, whether it was from, Mark Ruffalo, or, either Bill Camp as Wilbur Tennant, the only bad thing I can say about this film, though, is, and that's only one bad thing I think I can say, this film is that, like, cause, like, it goes to one point where it says, like, say, there was a like an 8-year gap where it says like say, okay, for this point, they say, we got all these people to blah 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 blah, and then suddenly we get nothing from DuPont, and it would be. I mean, it was nice when it says it has all the timeline and all that stuff. And also like the fact that they had some of the real people like Robert Billet, the real Darling Kigger, and the James Tennant. It was nice that they got them as extras in the film, and also trying to think who was also Bucky. Uh, I think his name is Bucky James. He was one of the people that was affected by the DuPont chemicals. Also, Teflon. Like, they had, like, a bit of section, like, where Teflon, made some... DuPont made a bit of a skillet made of Teflon, and it kind of made people sick, too. And plus I have a bit of, like, say, a bit of connection to it, because I had some family that, like, my aunt, her husband worked for DuPont, and they both live near that area, so, yeah, she has a bit of trouble breathing at times, so, and, yeah. I mean, I don't want to go into too much details about my personal life, because that wouldn't, that probably don't, that doesn't, no one wants to know that. I thought also the acting from Anne Hathaway, who, played, was, Sarah Billet. I thought she did a really good job, too. I thought she did a really good job for this film. And, heck, I even thought, like, say, the sequence, spoilers where she is talking to, when Robert is talking to her, it's like, say, this is what DuPont's done. They have done this, they had chemicals, they didn't tell anyone, they've done all these things, and just her just, like, looking at him, just dumbfounded, like, saying, wow, what? And just tears rolling down her eyes, and it's like, all that. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. I mean, heck, this film actually kind of made me want to get more. Maybe actually want to learn more about this stuff. It's really kind of interesting. It really is. It's kind of an eye opener. I mean, if you're looking for a legal thriller, then I'd say check it out. I mean, this film also gets its obligatory one use of the F word, which I've been noticing, like, say, a lot of PG-13 films I've seen recently have just been given their, like, you're allowed to have one F word in your film, and I'm just thinking, okay. Like, and they chose at this point, okay. You chose at that point, okay, sure. Whatever, I guess that works. At the same time, also, 5 times, like, well, then again, this, I understand, like, why they did the lighting and all that, because I guess they're trying to make it look foggy, because of all the gases in the air and all that. Not gases, but smoke. So they're trying to make it look more dirty and all that. Heck, I don't think, since at some points in the film, I don't think some of this film was filmed in West Virginia. I mean, it would have been nice if it had been. It probably was. I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's look at the details. It was filmed in Cincinnati, and, yeah. So, yeah, it was filmed in Cincinnati. That's about it. That's all it's given us. And, to be honest, I really did enjoy this film. I thought it was really dang good. I thought the acting was really good. Especially from, even whether it was from all the characters in the film, all the actors in the film. I thought they all did a really good job. The only thing that I thought was they could have been more done was, like, say, whether it was more details about, like, say, from, I think it would be interesting if they had some bit of details from DuPont's point of view, like, say, you know, when it shows, like, say, DuPont had, like, say, we're doing all these experiments. It would have been kind of interesting they had done by, like, DuPont's, like, you know, like an audio file of them doing this or that, and, like, say, like, okay, oh no, this is not good, and then just, like, cover it up, or something like that, you know. It would have been interesting if they did something that was their point of view, like, say, we gotta hide this, because, you know, this could hurt DuPont's image of being a company that makes great products for people, you know. Overall, I've got to say, Dark Waters was a pretty good film. So, yeah, 3 movies. Midway, 21 Bridges, and Dark Waters. Overall, yeah, I'm sorry I had to do another of these instead of just one video of just three movies. I could have done that, but, you know, like, I've also been having to save a bunch of videos from my friend's YouTube channel, because of this whole COPA thing. I had to go back and save a lot of videos, and still not done, and it's just making me nervous, so, it's, you know, what can you do? Just keep on working, keep on checking, I guess. But, hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully I gave you a smile. Hopefully I've entertained you. Hopefully I've just, you know, given you a bit of my thoughts. Hopefully this video has made you interested in seeing something. And if that did, that, you know, makes me happy. Overall, yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.